Well. Episode number 150, I think. Kind of a special one. I'm not joined with Zabbo this week. I'm joined by two podcast influencers. There we go. I am joined by Ryland the Pet Guy. Welcome, Ryland.
Hello.
You've been here before.
I've been here before.
Yeah. And Chang of the infamous Shoutouts Chang.
안녕, 친구들.
Oh, there you go. What does that mean?
Hello, friends.
Oh,
just like any good podcaster would say, right?
Love it. Now, Chang, you're new.
Yes, I am. Brand new.
Rye's been here before. Nobody can say that the Real Life Carry podcast is not multicultural. We've had a black guy on, we've had a woman on, we have an Indian, and now we have a Korean.
DEI.
We're checking off all the boxes.
Yeah. We've had Zabbo's on all the time. He's a midget. So, yeah, love it. Welcome to the podcast, boys.
Thank you.
Nice
to be here.
Kind of a special episode because Mike is not here. Unfortunately, he is away at a retreat. It's a therapy retreat for dealing with Disneyland.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what he told me, but he might be off to see Santa in Greenland just to get plans ready for Christmas.
Or is he seeing his buddy Theo?
Oh, Theo. But I knew Zabbo was going to be gone, and there's a caddy I work with called Tyler Verdun. He's actually been in the podcast before, and he said to me a long time ago, he and some other people said, you never talk about golf architects or architecture. That is a fundamental of the game, let's be honest. And I said, you know what, you're right. And I think I've mentioned it before, where Americans especially will talk about, it's a Donald Ross or it's a Pete Dye. And in the UK, we don't even mention that. So I asked the pair of you to pick 6 architects, past and present, each, do a little research, and then come back with your findings. And last night, I was about to go to bed, thinking about getting prepared for this. And I thought to myself, let's take someone like Donald Ross. 45 minutes. Let's give him 3 minutes to just break down his whole life. So we're going to go with the flow. I don't think it's really fair to his whole, if we talked about Chang's life.
We don't want to do that.
We don't know, but imagine it at your funeral and then the family are break down your whole life into 3 minutes. I don't really think that's fair on you.
Well, you might have 2 minutes to spare to try to get some filler in.
Well, I don't think with these architects we're going to have that, but we'll crack on. We might end up doing a part 1, part 2. Because I think the Zabbo's therapy comes in 2 sessions. So,
got it.
You want to give a little background about yourselves first? Golf pervert over here, Ryland.
Sure.
You've been on it before.
Sure. I'm a full-on golf pervert.
Yeah.
Been all my life. Dad taught me when I was 8 years old at Half Moon Bay. I reside in the great city of San Francisco. Have a great dog business.
Yes, if anyone needs their dog walked in the San Francisco or greater area.
Yeah.
The dog walker. Now I know. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Put a face to the voice.
Rye the Pet Guy.
Yep. And love this great game we all love, and happy to be here and talk about all these great architects that sometimes I want to curse, but
You're cursing yourself, not them.
Yeah, the architects are not the ones hitting the ball.
Exactly. Chang, tell us a little bit about yourself, of Cho and Chang.
Yes, this is Chang of Cho and Chang, CNC. So big golfer, played golf in high school for 4 years. It was the best 5 years of my high school career. But beyond that, been playing golf ever since then. Love the game. I was pretty serious about golf when I was playing high school golf and a few years afterwards. But then I took a little bit of a break and I realized, hey, golf is it should be fun. And let's not worry about the score so much.
Love it.
And when that happened, all of a sudden the scores started actually going down a little. And it was enjoyable. Now it's just about a social thing for me. I like hooking up with great lads like you two. Play some golf, have a couple drinks.
When he says hooking up, and Ryland says from San Francisco, it's not that type of hooking up. We're meeting up to play golf.
Hey, Chang.
Correct. Thank you, Chang.
You're looking nice,
okay.
Chang. I'm
just
getting married.
Note.
I'm getting married. Just for the record. Okay?
What's his name?
Shout out, Paula. I love you, baby.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Here we go.
This is embarrassing. So you're finding that you forget about score and score's getting better.
Yeah, I think so. I think that the more you concentrate, it's like, oh, I got to really grind and get that par, or I just hit a double bogey and now I got to basically make it up and make a birdie. It just leads to careless shots, taking too much risk, as opposed to just, let's just forget about what happened. Let's just go let's have another drink. Let's keep on playing and let's get this thing over with.
Chang loves the birdie juice, I can tell you that.
Love the birdie juice.
But talking about grinding, we're going to get this thing show on the road. I'm going to have my Asian tea and I'm going to throw it in the air. And that's probably closer to you, Chang.
Okay.
It's pointing straight at me. I didn't have to do any of this work. Ryland was doing his homework on this about 5 minutes ago, which was pathetic. Chang, you start. Who's your first golf architect that you want to discuss?
Yeah, so my idea was I would just talk about the architecture.
Yep.
And a couple points about what they focused in on.
Yep.
And then name a couple courses that people may know. And then I'm sure everybody will chime in and say, oh, I've played that course. I like this particular hole. I know what you're talking about.
Excellent.
X, Y, and Z, right?
Right. Shoot. Who's your first guy?
So my first guy is probably the oldest golf architect out there.
Okay.
His name is Old Tom Morris.
Old Tom Morris. Now, you've been to St. Andrews, haven't you?
Yes, I did play in St. Andrews. I got the full experience when I was at St. Andrews.
Really?
Yeah,
Tell
so
us more about that.
well, the full experience is this is before they decided to do the lottery system online to get tee times. So I was with a group of people. There was a total of 6 of us. We all put our names into the lottery system in order to play. The night before the round, we got emails saying either you're in or you're out. And 4 of them got in. 2 of us did not. And that was myself and my wife. Lucky us.
Yeah.
So we basically get into St. Andrews. We talk to the people in the front desk. We say, oh, yeah, we want to basically wait in line so that we could potentially get a tee time.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you recommend? And I'm thinking maybe like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh, yeah, you should probably start lining up about 1 a.m. Okay, so we just flew in and what they call it, an alert or storm alert. I forget.
Yeah.
They have like a special phrase.
It's called summer in Scotland.
Yeah, exactly. Summer in Scotland. And so myself and my friend, my wife basically stayed back.
Yeah.
We get up at about 1 o'clock after flying in from the States, and we go into the caddy shack or wherever the starter shack is. And it's again at 1 a.m. in the morning. The rain is coming in sideways, completely pitch black dark out there because the cloud, there's no sun or a moonlight or anything like that. We get there and I figured, oh, we're going to be like right there, right in the front of the line. Oh, no, we're like number 12 or 13 because one guy showed up at 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Oh, no, 11 p.m. I'm
Okay.
sorry, 11 p.m. And then the Swedish golf team, high school kids, decided to show up. So that was like 8 of them.
No.
So, anyway, so we basically got there. I think, again, I don't think we were at 12. We were probably about 10 if I'm doing my math correct.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I was thinking, oh, shoot, that's like 4 tee times right there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, let's just see what happens. And thank God because of the storm that was coming through,
Yeah.
everything opened up and all the locals decided to cancel.
Yeah.
And so we got in and we got to play. We went off at around like 11:30 in the morning. And by the 16th hole, the sun started coming out. I mean, it was glorious.
Did you visit old Tom Morris's grave or the Morrises? Because you go into the graveyard and there's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
There's about 6 old Tom Morrises, old and Tom and young Tom and
Oh, really? I didn't know about that history. Okay.
Oh, you were paying attention in the graveyard then.
Yeah. Yes.
So you're talking okay.
So anyway,
Tom Morris.
So we got on a little tangent there, but let's kind of bring it back here. So Tom Morris, right? Functional figure in the game of golf, right? So why do I say that? I say that because he was probably one of the very first golf architects. He basically was a 4-time Open winner. He basically made his clubs, even developed golf balls. I mean, he was a greenskeeper. I don't think, being an Open winner back in that day paid enough money to basically live your life.
What year are we talking here?
That's a good question. I'm going with the 17 somethings, but I have no idea.
What do you think a greenkeeper entailed? Leading the sheep round?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So he was born 1821, died 1908.
1908 he passed. Okay.
Good full life.
Very good full life. So, of course, during that time, as a golf architect, I don't even know if he even considered himself that one, right? That's probably a brand new word. That wasn't even entering into his vocabulary at that time. But he really embraced nature, right? Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that, as the winds would come through and they would basically create like these depressions in the landscape or whatever you want to say, that's how some of the bunkers were made. Mm-hmm. And of course, during that time, everybody had sheep, and the sheep at night, they didn't necessarily have fences.
Right.
So the sheep would just kind of like find their little areas, and they would kind of burrow into the dunes, if you want to call it that. Uh-huh. And that's how some of those bunkers were made. And, again, that's the beauty of what he was trying to do, is that he just let nature take it and just would go through and just like have an enjoyable time. And just, again, nature would just take care of things.
That's beautiful.
So that, the flow of the golf course would always kind of go with whatever the landscape was. Uh-huh. He wasn't digging or building creeks and hazards and anything like that. Again, the landscape would basically dictate that sort of stuff. But he did have some sort of idea of having what's called like strategic play.
Okay.
Strategic play is where you place a bunker or certain things within the golf course so that when the golfer would hit the ball towards or around that area, you would have to think. It wasn't just a grip and rip type of a golf course type of thing.
I wonder if they had that term back in the 1800s there.
Grip
There's
it
old
and
Tom
rip it.
Morris loves to grip and rip it.
I'm sure they called it probably something else, but there was probably some sort of like,
I tell you what, if he wasn't gripping and ripping the golf club, he was certainly gripping and ripping the sheep.
One of the things that he always did when he was designing his golf courses is that he tried to minimize the blind shot. Right.
Okay.
He wanted people to be able to see where they're going. Mm-hmm. That said, there are a few blind shots at Old St. Andrews, right? The old course.
Yeah.
That you're going. The caddy says, "Oh yeah, see that bush over there? You want to go over the bush, maybe just a little bit right of it." And what's over there? You want to kind of understand, like, how much room do I got over there? But again, I guess some of those greens or those fairways that's just how it was with the trees and everything.
So what courses did he build?
So some of the courses that he built, of course, were the old course at St. Andrews,
which would probably be a redesign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Muirfield.
Oh.
Yeah, and Carnoustie.
And Carnoustie.
Carnoustie.
Wow, we did all three of those.
Yeah, and there's a ton of other ones. I thought he actually designed Ballybunion. Ballybunion. Excuse me, pardon my French or my
Korean.
Because it's such a beautiful golf course, and it's right there on the bay, I believe. Just gorgeous.
It'd have been the Irish old Tom Morris. Old Paddy Morris. I think his cousin did that one.
Old Paddy Morris. Okay. Oh yeah, one big thing about Mr. Old Tom Morris is that he liked the whole idea of sharing fairways, and also the larger greens, which also would have two holes on the large green. So
wow, always comes back to sheep.
It's all about sharing.
That's it.
Sharing.
Why is that like a common thing in like Scottish golf? And did you see a lot of that growing up there, Gordon?
They probably didn't. Golf's developed. You think about how golf's developed over the last 20, 30 years. Back then it was probably just a knockabout. It was just to fill time. Rich people needed to fill time. So they weren't thinking, hey, that's a big green. That's something that develops.
Yeah.
Who's your first guy?
First guy, Robert Trent Jones Sr.
Senior. Okay.
Senior.
His nickname was the Open Doctor.
The Open Doctor.
From the U.S. Open in 1951. He started as a caddy at a country club of Rochester, New York. Designed.
This is straight from Wikipedia, isn't it?
No, maybe no. Over 500 golf courses designed in 45 states, 35 countries. He met Donald Ross as a youth, and that's kind of where he got his inspiration. Famous courses, one of my favorites, Spyglass.
Ooh, Spy, that's a great course.
Hazeltine National, Oak Hill Country Club, Real Club Valderrama.
Valderrama, they were there last. Live Golf was there this week.
Oh, nice. And then the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail in Alabama.
That's right.
How many golf courses are on that trail? Could you do it in a week, or is it something that takes longer than a week?
I think there's about 13.
I think that there's definitely double digits.
13?
Yeah, I think there's double-digit number of golf courses, meaning to the point of it's going to be at least a week of golf to go through all of them. So anyway, but I think what state was that in?
Alabama.
Alabama. Okay, they have some good distilled spirits over there as well.
It's on 11 sites, boys.
11.
I thought it was 13, but it's 11. That'd be good. It'd be a week.
That'd be a fun.
That would be very fun.
10 days. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Interesting fact, he designed...
We'll decide.
His first major assignment was designing Peachtree Golf Club in Atlanta with Bobby Jones. And he also redesigned 2 holes at Augusta National, the 11th and 16th.
Well, there you go.
There's
that interesting? I'm not sure that was that interesting.
Well, I mean, it's interesting.
I've heard Peachtree's phenomenal golf, like a phenomenal place to go. Great experience in Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta.
Don't go in the summer, but
yeah, I've never heard of that golf course. So
never heard of it.
Yeah.
Very, very exclusive. So that's probably why you're out.
You know, it's going to be interesting as we go through all of these architects.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot of cross merging of the architects because collaboration. That's the word I was looking for. Because all of these courses develop and then they basically need to be redeveloped.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's based upon what you said, isn't it? Where strategically placing bunkers as technology moves on, the architecture had to move with it.
Correct. And I can go to one person, but I have my lists, my direction that I want to go towards.
Okay, no, just keep with your direction, because I'll tell you right now, there's definitely going to be a part 2, because we're already at almost halfway.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you get like 3 people here with the gift of gab. It just keeps on gabbing.
So go through your next one.
So my next architect is Mr. Alister MacKenzie.
MacKenzie, okay.
And of course,
was he a doctor?
On TV he was, for sure. But yeah, he always wanted to make golf courses that were enjoyable for all golfers,
as opposed to the guys who made golf courses that were miserable.
Yeah, just incredibly difficult, right? Just yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, okay. So wants to make it enjoyable for everyone.
And then he is again very similar to old Tom Morris, you know, an older era, but made the golf courses, as they would say, harmony with nature.
What kind of time span are we talking here?
I am going to say late 1800s to early 1900s.
Spot on.
You know, sometimes when you guess, you can guess correctly.
He was born 1870, died 1934.
Got the fact checker in the corner. I love this.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Somebody's really good with the Google.
Yeah.
Oh, Google, my best friend.
So so whenever you see an Alister MacKenzie course,
yeah,
of course there's always going to be hazards, but how do the hazards look as if you're on the fairway or coming out of the tee box?
Right.
And he always had the approach where the hazards were not just eyesores. They would blend into nature.
Yeah.
And one of the clear examples of this, I was lucky enough to play Cypress Point at one point. Mm-hmm. I can't remember exactly what hole it was, but there was this hole where there's this very large bunker towards the right side of the fairway, and I couldn't tell where the bunker started and where the beach and the sand ended, right? It all basically just molds right together, and it's just gorgeous. It's a beautiful walk in the park, and that's how I felt when I was playing Cypress Point at that time. But he also loved the strategic play. You can basically go and try to play whatever shot you wanted to play, but he designed his course also so that you weren't playing the exact same shot all the time. So he didn't like, you know how some people will say, oh yeah, this is a great course for people who like to draw the ball or faders, high shot people, low shot people. He didn't really care about that stuff. He just wanted to make sure that people can enjoy the course, that they could play the course, but you were challenged by what was required to basically score well was a variety of shots to basically be used. So some of the, and then the other part about what his course is, and again, it kind of goes with this idea of harmony with nature, is that his golf courses were supposed to be enjoyed forever. Timeless golf, right? So it sounds so beautiful, so romantic. But I think that a lot of his courses, like I'm sure all the listeners know, I can list off a course that it was designed by him, are kind of play like that. The one notable ones that we have around here are Cypress Point, and then there's Pasatiempo. Right?
Yeah.
Those are very beautiful golf courses. But then the other one that everybody probably knows about because they always have a major there is Augusta National.
Okay.
So beautiful golf course, great vision. If you get a chance to go play one, definitely do it.
Yeah, we'll just turn up at Augusta, mention Chang's name.
Exactly.
They'll throw you out there. Boys, we're already at halfway. We're going to have a quick break, and then we'll be back with some more golf architects. If you want to get in contact with the podcast, you can email us, podcast@glorifieddonkey.com, or on the social media platforms, just look for Glorified Donkey. Rye the Pet Guy, you're up next.
Okay.
With your next architect, please.
All right. I'm going to go with my man, Donald Ross.
Donald Ross.
Donald
His
Ross.
Man. Why is he your man?
Well, I grew up on this course called Peninsula Country Club. It's in San Mateo.
Nice.
Shout out Joe Budanich, the superintendent. Does a phenomenal job taking care of it. So does everybody else. Kenny, Carter, shout out to those guys too. Really cool course. And Donald definitely earns his nickname, the Michelangelo of golf.
That's quite a nickname.
That is, yeah.
Born in, am I pronouncing this right? Dornoch, Scotland. Moved to the USA as a young man, and his first job was at the Royal Dornoch as a greenskeeper. He was an apprentice to old Tom Morris.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
There's your crossing lines.
Yes. Designed over 400 courses. Wow. His first job was Oakley Country Club in Waterton, Massachusetts. The famed course Pinehurst, you know.
Is that his?
Kind of like the Mecca of golf in USA, I would say.
Really?
So Pinehurst, number 2, because there's so many golf courses over there, right?
How many of them? 9, 10, 11?
I think there's 10 now.
Yeah.
He was the first guy who oversaw the transition of putting surfaces at Pinehurst number 2. They went from oiled sand to Bermuda grass.
Oiled sand.
Oiled sand.
What is that even?
I wish I knew.
You should have got into the old Wikipedia a little bit further there, Rye the Pet Guy.
That sounds like a weird strand of cannabis.
Well, he'd know.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me. 400 courses. I wonder how many have been redesigned. Like, that's a lot of courses, isn't it?
Probably 400.
All of them. All of them.
I don't even know if I can even play 400 different golf courses in a lifetime.
How many do you think you played altogether?
If I played over 100 different golf courses, I would be surprised.
I would be surprised if you haven't.
I guess with the amount of years, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you're 85?
correct. I'm a very young-looking 85.
85. What, do you think? How many courses have you
I
played?
think I'm probably around like 50,
Is that it?
maybe more. Probably more. But,
Yeah.
I mean, 50 or so I've played just in California.
400 courses. That's insane. That's a lot. That's a lot of work. When you think about that. So when was this guy born? I forgot.
He was born in 1872, died in 1948. Died at Pinehurst, so.
Like that's an incredible amount of work in a short period of time, isn't it? You know what I mean? You're talking probably 50 years of work.
At 400 different golf courses, some of the holes have to resemble other golf courses at a certain point. I mean, how creative was this guy, or how creative did this guy get to basically create 400 unique or 400 golf courses that are all unique to each other?
Pretty crazy, though. He only did one course on the West Coast, and that was Peninsula.
Well, the way he worked, he was probably just in for 3 days holiday.
He did travel a lot. That was something I read up on him. But Jack Nicklaus quoted, his stamp as an architect was naturalness. I think he really stood out because he did a lot of design principles and the elements he used. Peninsula, that's the only Donald Ross I've played.
Yeah, so describe it.
It's not long, but it's really, you have to be really crafty with your shots. There's a lot of, what are they called? Turtleback greens, a lot of false fronts.
Yeah.
Not like incredibly difficult course, but the greens are, a lot of undulations.
I've not played it with you, but I did go up there and walk it. I would say it's incredibly difficult because of the wind.
Yeah.
The wind humps, because it's basically built on a hill, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
and
not an easy course to walk.
Yeah, like morning, you probably want to play in the morning.
Yep.
Because as soon as the afternoon comes in, you get the wind coming in, probably from the Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
And just, up to 30, 40 mile an hour gusts?
Yeah, it's big.
At that point, does the ball even stay on the green?
Yeah, that's a tough course. I don't think, like he's saying, it's not that hard. That's tough.
Sounds frustrating.
Maybe not for you from the ladies, but for like real golfers.
Well, I play from the senior tees, so it's okay.
How old are you, Chang? Come on, man.
Oh, you never ask an Asian his age. Anywhere between 60 and 90. Are you from the north or the south?
I'm from wherever you want me to be.
Have you ever played much golf in Korea?
I have played golf in Korea, and it's a totally different experience.
Oh, I can imagine. How would you do? Oh, actually, you know what? That's for a different episode.
Okay.
I want to hear all about golf in Korea. Anything else to say with Donald Ross?
That's pretty much it. I mean,
that was it. The guy built 400 golf courses, and he gets about 5.5 minutes. That's about it.
That's it.
Sorry, Donald.
That's all that Wikipedia could give you.
Well, in order to build 400 golf courses, he probably only spent 5.5 minutes per golf course. So there you go.
So true. So true.
Tit for tat right there.
Okay.
Well, a term we say at Peninsula is, if you hit a green and it rolls off the front or rolls off anywhere, you say, oh, you got Rossed.
You got Rossed, okay.
Yeah. And it happens pretty frequently.
I think that's Pinehurst as well. He's known for that. Big, expansive greens that are really tricky.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever they play Pinehurst number 2 on TV, they always talk about the false fronts.
Yeah.
Oh, he hit the green, and watch this. And of course, it comes all right on back.
Mm-hmm.
So he wouldn't be he'd be the opposite of Alister MacKenzie then.
Yeah, I would say so.
Chang, you're up next. What you got?
So I am going to basically go to the second or third generation and go into RTJ number 3, Robert Trent Jones Jr.
Okay.
RTJ2 was his father.
Right.
Always his thing was he always wanted to highlight the unique characteristic of every site that he built a golf course on. And I guess you just go out there, you take a look at the land, you take a look at all the stuff, and you said, I guess I'm going to basically highlight this one particular tree or this particular view or something along those lines. And that's how he basically would create his golf course. And then he says he would always listen to the land. Like, I guess, he was
so he was smoking weed.
Correct. Well, that, or he had some other things that he would go into, and just really kind of listen to the land.
But when honestly, I know I'm always going off in tangents, but what does that really mean? I'm just listening to the land. Like it just sounds so golfy, just
spiritual.
It is kind of a little bit tree hugging. Right? Little kumbaya, really enjoying each other, and really kind of like just void of all logic. Also, when he would develop his golf courses, he was very into the wildlife. So habitats and the ecological habitats, he would try to maintain what was already there and not destroy it. So he was basically,
good luck with that.
Yeah, he was very into trying to maintain or preserve
The ecosystem.
the ecosystem. Correct.
Interesting. And well, there's ways of doing that, I guess, with ponds, with water features. But when you're spraying chemicals on the golf course, as they do,
Yep.
like good luck to any nature out there. Not that I'm David Attenborough or anything, but
Yeah, that's
or any expert. But
that's a hard balancing act for sure.
yeah.
So another thing that he was that he always liked to do was the idea of a hard par versus the easy bogey. And what that means, again, strategy, right? So the strategy of setting up the golf courses where if you were a really good player, you would have to grind in order to make the par. But he believed on that same exact hole that the average golfer should be able to make a bogey.
Okay.
I guess that's where you go, oh, that was a very good bogey.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that
makes
kind of
sense.
term comes into play.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense a little bit.
Yeah.
And what kind of age range is this guy? When was he born?
I think he's still around.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
so
still alive.
He's
Yeah.
current
Yeah,
guy.
he's still around. I mean, he's designed a lot of modern golf courses around this area as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cordoval, yep.
Just played it. Whew. Talking about easy bogeys, I wish I had a lot of those, but it was a lot of easy doubles.
Mm-hmm.
The course was tough.
I like that analogy. Grind for the par, easy bogey.
Correct.
That's it. And what kind of famous courses has he been involved in?
So some of the famous courses, Chambers Bay,
Infamous or famous?
infamous or famous. He designed one of the golf courses that's going to be redesigned, I believe, in the coming, maybe next year over here in the Monterey Bay, Spanish Bay.
Spanish Bay, golf links. Yeah.
Like you mentioned, Cordoval.
Cordoval.
And then another one here in 17 Mile Drive is Poppy Hills.
Okay, so
He did
that one.
Poppy too.
Yeah.
Wow.
And was that that wouldn't be the original, it would obviously be the redesign.
I think it was the original.
Oh.
I don't know if he was brought in for the redesign where they decided to make everything sand
Highly
traps.
unlikely they brought him in for the redesign if he did the original, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I think when you design a golf course, what was it, the 80s or 70s when that thing was built? The idea and the concept is a lot different than today.
Completely changed.
Where today we're all about like, we can't use, we want to minimize the water usage. We want to less impact on whatever wildlife, the ecosystem, right?
There is a lot more to architecture than really what you would think, to be honest. Now, even just in the last half hour, I was talking about this. So many different things to think about. Golf technology, the environment type thing.
Well, and then another thing that I think a lot of people don't necessarily know but appreciate is how well a golf course drains. Right.
Yeah.
So if you can basically have the golf course drain naturally, quickly, then you can, I like to take a golf cart on the middle of the fairway. But after it rains, if it doesn't drain very well, it's going to take a long time before you're able to do that.
Yeah, there was a guy from Arizona talking to me about where he was playing in Phoenix area. He says, it doesn't drain at all, which I thought was really bizarre. And
Isn't
he's
that
like,
all sand out there?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you think, but not all of it, because it's not. It's desert, but it could be also hard rock clay desert.
Yeah.
I mean, so we think desert sand. I think it's Antarctica's classified as a desert because it's to do with rainfall. So if I said to you, the Sahara Desert, it's sand, you think sand, but technically the Arizona's not. It's a desert because of the rainfall, not because of what the land is. So you think about all those mountains, they're all rock. That all comes to an end. The tundra, that's not particularly soft.
Yeah.
That's rock and clay. So it doesn't particularly drain well.
Got it.
And again, I may be wrong. Listeners, if I am wrong, I'm sure you'll let me know. But it doesn't seem to me like a sandy type of environment. It's more of a rocky tundra. So, but again, this was, now that we're thinking about it and talking about it, that makes me now make more sense of what he said, because I was the same. I'm like, what? It's all desert out there, but it's, but deserts classified based upon rainfall.
Yeah, you'd think with like the dryness, the ground would just soak it up, right?
Yeah.
But I guess because of the hard pack, water kind of just sits on
Just
the top.
sits there.
Yeah.
And if you're not on a hill, it's not going down.
Yep.
Well, he's still alive and kicking, so his book hasn't quite ended yet.
Yeah.
So that is definitely a part 2 or a part 3, if you want to call it that, in terms of what his architecture is like. And I'm sure just like everybody else, he's building, when he first started out to today, his style of golf course architecture has probably changed.
Man, he lives in Woodside. I should see if he has a dog.
He wants to know if he has a dog. He doesn't even want to like meet the guy. He just wants to know if he has a dog.
Zero interaction, but sits Googling stuff as we're talking. Right?
He's absorbing it.
Rye the Pit Guy, you're up next.
Okay, here we go.
Right, who you got next on your Wikipedia list?
A.W. Tillinghast.
Tillinghast. He wrote a book. I have a book written by him, yes, I believe.
What's that book called?
I can't remember, but somebody bought me the book, and it's a very hard read. 11 pages, I think I've gotten through it. I'll bring it out the next time that we do this.
Born in Philadelphia.
Okay.
1876. Died in 1942.
Okay.
Nickname, Tillie the Terror.
I don't know if I want a golf architect to name that.
No, come on, but nobody called him the Terror, did they? It's just like who makes this nonsense up? Who honestly makes that nonsense?
Well, if it's
up?
on the internet, you know it's the truth.
What was it you said about old Tom Morris? What was his nickname?
He's the foundation of golf.
Yeah, but what was his nickname? You didn't you say one of them else had a nickname? Or is this just it was your guy?
What? My guy?
Yeah, they're known to have nicknames.
The Open Doctor.
The
Open Doctor.
Come on, nonsense.
Designed over 265 golf courses.
He's a part-timer.
27 out of the top 100 in the world.
27 of the top 100.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
Wow.
Famous courses. Wingfoot.
All right.
SF Golf Club.
Uh-huh.
Bethpage Black.
Know it?
Don't have any more, but
any other here in the Bay Area?
I did not see.
You didn't get that far on Wikipedia. You didn't get down to the list.
That was page 2.
That was page 2.
But he got golf lessons from the old Tom Morris in St. Andrews, and that's where he got his inspiration from. First golf architect to do island greens.
Oh,
that's interesting.
He was known for a lot of risk-reward golf holes, wide open fairways, and bunkers.
Tilling the Terror. I'm still like, come on, who called him that?
Tillie the Terror.
Tillie the Terror.
That's a good name. I like that.
Interesting. The Island Green. What do you think about the island? I love the Island Green.
I really enjoy an island green from time to time. It's one of those things where either you hit a good shot or that's it. Or you got to hit another, or if you didn't hit the good shot, you got to hit another second shot. And I hope that one's good.
What's the one in Idaho?
Coeur d'Alene. Yep.
Coeur d'Alene. And the 17th or the 16th hole? Par 3.
Is that the one you take a boat to?
Correct.
But they can move the green?
They move the green every day.
Every day.
And then they anchor it, so it's not always the same yardage.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
I think that's the photo they show in the brochure, the website, everything. I've spoken to people, it costs a fortune to play, and they said really it's not worth it. That's the kind of the highlight and the only highlight of that course. I don't know. I've not been, but I've just regurgitating what some people have mentioned.
So the funny thing about Coeur d'Alene is the island green, again, the signature hole, right? Yeah. And my parents actually played there, and my mom put it on her first try.
Yeah.
And of course, what did they do? They gave her a certificate saying you put it on the green. So again, they're basically they're juicing it. They're milking the system right here.
One quick question for you both, actually, before we have a couple of shout outs is, what do you look for in a golf course?
I like a real natural setting. I like challenging golf shots, makes you think. Good greens. You know, I love TPC Harding, but the greens suck, and it's a beautiful layout, but if you don't have good greens, I don't want to play. I mean, I always love Pasatiempo is one of my favorite courses just because it's just the beautiful natural landscape, and what MacKenzie did with it, just really strategic in everything. And
I'm pretty sure he was known as Dr. MacKenzie as well.
Yes, doctor.
I'm pretty sure he was. Chang, what are you looking for in a...
I would agree. The greens are usually the highlight of the entire golf course. If you have greens that are slow, it's frustrating, but nobody really complains too negatively if the greens are running fast. I mean, that's just either you're a good putter or you're a bad putter at that point. The other parts, well, of course, you want to have something beautiful to look at. You want to make sure that the golf course flows and it makes sense. when you're on the tee box, you know exactly where you're going. It's not like, am I going to the left or to the right? Oh, I thought that was my green, the green that I was going to go towards. Sometimes the golf architectures can be a little bit off where, yeah, if you're lost on the tee box, then apparently that's a very bad hole in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. So I'd have to disagree with you both about the speed of the greens. I think condition of the greens is what people really care about. Speed of them, well, you know what? It's just the speed gets faster, slower, depending where you are, time of year, amount of play, etc., etc. If they're consistently the same, that's something you're okay with. I've said it 100 times in the podcast. You don't need. I love architecture where you don't need a caddy. Put me out of a job. That's fine. I just stand on the tee. What you see is what you get. It's fair. It's not like Tillie the Terror or Donald Ross. You don't get rossed. You hit a good shot, you get rewarded. You hit a bad shot, you get punished. That's it. Too many bunkers, just aesthetically, even use your words. It's pointless. It's pointless. We'll just throw another bunker in there. The more hazards you put on a course that you think are not in play, because a lot of these architects, they'll put hazards in places where they think, oh, it's just there for aesthetics. It's not. Johnny Hack can find that.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Gordon, in the sense of hazards and sand traps, because if you have too many sand traps on the golf course, you don't have sand in the sand trap anymore. And maintenance of that, I mean, it sounds kind of dumb, but maintenance of the sand trap is almost as important as everything else that's going on.
I was talking to a guy I caddied from last week. Zabbo knows him really well, but he ran a golf course up in the Bay Area, and he was telling me that he took them from losing money to being cash, positive, and having a waiting list, etc. Completely turned the club around. He told me that on his spreadsheet, because he's numbers, unbelievable. He's the guy that would get the Google Maps for his son for the stroke savers and stuff. It's just so much data. But he said the one thing that when you run a golf course people don't think about is sand. He says, because what do people do when they're in a bunker? They hit the ball out, well, they try, but they hit a lot of sand out. So every year, because of weather and because of people playing, you have to replace the sand. He says that costs money. And he says it's the one cost that golf courses really don't take into, or a lot of courses don't take into consideration. So the more bunkers you have, the higher the cost will be. The more bunkers you have, the slower the pace will be.
And then you got to trim all around the bunker too.
Yes.
So that's basically like hand trimming all that stuff.
Exactly. And if you don't have sheep, so
and the quality of the sand too.
Without doubt.
Played some courses where I'm like, what is this shit? But it's a big cost.
Exactly.
Big cost.
Well, some of the sand traps are actually become water hazards if they don't take care of them very well. So
it's true.
Boys, we have come to the end of our time. So anyone do a quick round out of shout outs?
I just want to give a shout out to my partner in crime, Dan Cho.
Oh, yeah.
He just went to the motherland, Scotland, on a really long trip, and he decided to take a very questionable photo on the green.
I saw that.
And I still want to hear the background story about that, but I hope you had a great time, Dan.
Lovely. Ryland?
I'm going to give a shout out to our boy, Chile Verde.
Okay.
Fellow caddy at Pebble. What's up, buddy?
You can't say fellow caddy because you're not a caddy.
Oh, I like to think I might be.
You're not.
No.
You're not cool enough.
Oh, man.
Caddy in the making?
No. Wouldn't have him.
I was a caddy in my heyday. Double bagging at Peninsula. I could read some greens.
You could hardly read your notes from Wikipedia today, I tell you. I want to have a shout out to Mike Zabbo. Mike, wherever you are, give me a call. Boys, many thanks for your time today. That was part 1 of Golf Architects.
Thanks for having us, Big G.
We'll see you again very soon. To our listeners, thanks for your continued support. Enjoy your golf, but more importantly, keep it humble.